In 1948, while Europe was rebuilding from war, a French manufacturer unveiled a prototype with the number 666, not 101, not 200, 666. In a deeply Catholic country, I believe that alone tells you this car wasn't built to be boring. It never made it to full production, which means today the Mathis Type 666 isn't just rare, it's practically mythical. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about a post-war French prototype that sounds like it should come with holy water and a warning label. The Mathis Type 666. That's not a model number, that's a horror movie sequel. Somewhere in 1948 a French engineer said, "Let's call it 666. And nobody in the meeting raised their hand. That's confidence or red wine. My friend Timmy once bought a fishing boat called Sea Devil. It sank in 2 hours. Sorry, Timmy, we support you emotionally. Smash that button for more insane vehicles. If you enjoy forgotten prototypes and mechanical madness, you're in the right garage. Let's set the scene. 1948. France is recovering from World War II. Industry is rebuilding. Fuel is rationed, materials are scarce, and Funmile Mathis, once a respected pre-war automobile manufacturer, once back in the game. Before the war, Mathis built solid, innovative small cars in Strasbourg. But after the war, the French automotive landscape had changed dramatically. Government regulations favored small, economical vehicles. Competition from Renault, Peugeot, and Citroën was fierce, so Mathis needed something bold, something modern, something that said, "We're not done yet." Design-wise, it reflected late -1940s thinking, more integrated bodywork, smoother lines, and a move away from pre-war boxiness. It wasn't futuristic like a 1950s American rocket, but it clearly wasn't stuck in 1938 either. I think what fascinates me most is the ambition. This wasn't a conservative update, it was a restart button. Technically, the Type 666 prototype was developed as a small, efficient post-war car. Mathis had experience with compact vehicles, and the concept aligned with France's push for practical transportation, though exact production specifications remain limited because it was a prototype. The intention was clear: lightweight, economy, and accessibility. It never reached series production. Why? Economics, post-war industrial restructuring, limited capital, government control over materials. I believe Mathis simply didn't have the resources to compete against larger state-supported manufacturers. And let's be honest, naming your car 666 in 1948 France might not have helped the marketing department. If you were buying a car in 1948, would you choose the safe option or the one called 666? Yes or no? Timmy says he'd buy it because the number adds horsepower. That's not how math works, Timmy. Because the Type 666 remained a prototype, confirmed mass production specs are limited. What we do know is that Mathis post-war designs focused on compact dimensions and practical engineering. Given the era and Mathis portfolio, the vehicle would likely have followed small displacement engineering trends common in late -1940s France, prioritizing efficiency over outright performance. Post-war, French cars often produced modest horsepower figures designed for low fuel consumption rather than speed. Original MSRP figures are not documented for the Type 666 because it never reached official production release. As a prototype, it existed more as a proof of concept than a retail product. When rare Mathis vehicles appear at auction today, values depend heavily on provenance and condition. Because the Type 666 is a prototype, its market value would be driven by historical significance rather than production rarity. A surviving prototype from a defunct French manufacturer could potentially command strong interest among collectors of European automotive history. However, pricing would vary significantly depending on restoration state and documentation. And here's what a new owner would face: sourcing parts from a company that ceased operations decades ago, navigating one-off engineering components, and explaining to every neighbor why their garage contains the devil's hatchback. But I believe that's the charm. The 1948 Mathis Type 666 prototype is proof that ambition doesn't always win, but it always leaves a story. It dared to exist in a time of scarcity. It dared to carry a number that probably terrified someone's grandmother. And it dared to remind us that not every legend needs mass production.